The last breath of winter melted away. The air turned crisp with promise, but a storm brewed on the horizon. Whispers of discontent rippled through neighboring tribes like a cold wind, stirring tensions over land disputes that had lain dormant during the icy months. This charged atmosphere, Sigrun observed from her ethereal perch beneath Yggdrasil, feeling every pulse of anger and fear among mortals below. Bjorn, a fierce warrior clad in leather and iron, stood at the edge of his village, his broad shoulders squared against an uncertain future. He sharpened his blade under the dim light of dawn, while thoughts churned within him, a mixture of determination and trepidation for what lay ahead. Each strike against the whetstone echoed not only his resolve, but also deep-seated worries. Were they truly prepared for what awaited them in the longhouse? Eirik gathered the villagers for an urgent meeting. A warm glow from torches illuminated faces, lined with concern, as he spoke with authority born from years, spent leading them through hardships. He outlined their path forward, seeking favor from the gods through Sigrblót would be paramount to ensuring victory in battle. Flickering flames danced above their heads as he reminded them that honor and sacrifice were intertwined. It was their only hope amid growing unrest. Astrid, Bjorn's sister and gifted seeress, stepped forward after Eirik concluded. Piercing blue eyes surveyed her kin as she shared visions clouded by dread a river stained red if they did not appease Odin and Freya soon. Murmurs filled the room, uncertainty hung thick like fog around them all. With each word she uttered about omens seen in dreams, knees settled deeper into hearts already burdened by impending conflict. Felt their fears ripple through her being as she hovered close to Bjorn's side, wishing to imbue him with strength amidst swirling doubts. He reached out softly across realms, channeling whispers of valorous deeds waiting just beyond fear's grasp should he embrace his destiny. Gathering drew to a close as warriors made plans to prepare for Sigrblót, their final plea for divine intervention, before facing those who threatened their way of life. With each man departing to ready himself for ritual offerings ahead, Sigrun remained poised between worlds, an unseen guardian, watching over those bound by blood and honor. Nightfall approached, and stars twinkled above like distant eyes bearing witness to human struggle below. Tension gripped Bjorn anew, yet somewhere within him ignited a flicker of hope amid uncertainty, as feasts prepared would soon echo prayers rising toward Valhalla itself. Eirik led the community in gathering offerings for the gods, fresh fruits adorned with blossoms, crafted weapons gleaming under torchlight, and livestock ready for sacrifice. Others busied themselves with preparations and rituals surrounding Sigrblót's heart. Bjorn struggled internally with doubts about whether he was worthy enough to receive blessings from Odin and Freya before facing his enemies. Astrid conducted a sacred rite to cleanse the space for offerings, while interpreting signs in nature, indicating which gifts would please each deity most effectively. She moved gracefully among her kinfolk. Sigrun whispered encouragements to Bjorn through visions filled with valorous deeds awaiting him should he embrace his destiny. Night arrived beneath a sky illuminated by flickering torches, where villagers gathered around an altar, adorned with carefully arranged offerings meant for Freya and Frey. Invoked blessings from Odin during rituals, steeped in tradition, calling upon past heroes, whose courage inspired hope amongst warriors present, while reminding them that such sacrifices required commitment beyond mere words or actions. Astrid sensed shifts in energy during this solemn gathering. She felt both dread and exhilaration, as storm clouds gathered overhead, an omen interpreted differently by villagers present, yet undeniably resonant within every heart there. Assembled, each heartbeat drummed louder alongside eager breaths, taken collectively, as anticipation built around them like fabric woven tightly together. Solemnity deepening among them all. Bjorn stepped forward determinedly to make his personal offering a symbol representing his commitment not only towards protecting his people, but embracing responsibility entwined deeply within heritage passed down through generations. Before him, dawn following intense prayers led by Eirik, combined with Astrid's chants reverberating across fields shrouded in misty morning light. The moment arrived when lightning struck nearby, a striking reminder that deities were indeed listening. Intently amidst whispered pleas, fervently spoken throughout long hours, preceding this pivotal juncture, villagers witnessed ethereal manifestations reminiscent of old tales told beside hearth fires. They felt invigorated by palpable energy enveloping them near Freya's, spirit appearing amidst shimmering lights, casting shadows, dancing joyfully. Round flourishing blooms, once offered willingly upon hallowed ground, now blessed anew under watchful gaze, extended graciously forth by divinity itself, manifesting quietly yet powerfully above mortal struggle below. Inspired profoundly by divine interaction experienced during this mystical moment, discovered newfound strength, residing deep within a realization dawning gently upon him, that success rested not solely upon physical prowess alone, but also unity forged amongst those standing steadfast together against adversities. Side by side like kin bound tightly, beneath shared codes governing existence far richer than any singular pursuit could ever encapsulate fully alone, as victory loomed ahead after having received divine favor through sacrifices. Borne lovingly forth at Sigrblót's core, the villagers united resolutely under one banner, readying themselves not just for war, but indeed honoring bonds tightened greatly forged stronger than steel itself across ancient landscapes echoing. Timeless truths long embraced throughout histories, woven intricately together forevermore, as the frost melted and the sense of spring filled the air. Eirik rallied his village for the preparations of Sigrblót. A call echoed through hearts, urging everyone to gather offerings worthy of their gods. This was no mere ceremony, it was a plea for favor in battles that lay ahead. Eirik stood resolute at the center of the longhouse, where wooden beams adorned with shields and weapons bore witness to countless tales of valor. His words rang clear as he spoke about honoring Odin Freya, and Frey gods who wielded power over fate, love, and prosperity. Each villager listened intently as he called upon their collective strength to offer gifts from their hearts. Bjorn watched closely while fellow warriors moved with fervor. Conflict between pride and doubt stirred within him. Would his offerings be enough? Did he embody the worthiness required for such divine blessings, as he observed livestock being prepared for sacrifice and fruits laid out on woven mats? Bjorn's heart raced with anticipation, yet trembled under a weight heavier than iron. Astrid sensed her brother's turmoil and began her sacred rite to cleanse both space and spirit. Barefoot upon cool earth, she brushed her fingers against blades of grass, while whispering ancient words imbued with intention. With each utterance, she sought communion with nature itself. Birds chirped overhead in response, as leaves quivered gently in agreement. The air shifted as Astrid interpreted omens. Clusters of wildflowers sprouting bravely amidst lingering snow foretold a favorable outcome if they honored Freya's nurturing spirit by offering crafted adornments alongside traditional sacrifices. Her insights flowed like water from a spring revealing which gods favored specific gifts. While Bjorn wrestled with self-doubt beneath layers of armor unseen by others, Sigrun's ethereal presence enveloped him in warmth. He whispered softly through visions that danced before his eyes, a glorious battlefield bathed in golden light, where victories were won not just by might, but through bravery fueled by purpose and kinship. These moments suspended in time, strength surged within him, as if Valkyries themselves beckoned him toward greatness. He envisioned standing shoulder to shoulder with comrades fighting for family, honor bound by blood thicker than any sword forged in fire. With resolve kindling deep inside him like embers awaiting wind's embrace, Bjorn joined others gathering around altars, readied for offerings, a place where hearts merged into one singular hope, cast high into heavens above an invitation, sent forth on wings, woven from dreams ignited anew during this sacred season. Leading up to Sigrblót, together they worked tirelessly under Astrid's guidance, their laughter mingling harmoniously amidst fervent prayers, offered silently to deities watching over them from realms unseen. Twilight descended upon their village, cloaked in hues reminiscent of freshly spilled wine poured onto fertile soil. Below all sensed that tomorrow would awaken a bond renewed between mortals yearning for favor from those who wielded. Hours eternal amongst windswept plains, far beyond mortal grasp. And so they continued, forging weapons gleaming bright under evening stars, while fresh fruits shone vibrantly next to crafted items, meant solely as tokens expressing gratitude owed unto gods whose favor could tilt balance toward victory or defeat on dawns. Horizon looming ever nearer. Idol Sigrblót, the Viking Sacrifice. As the flickering torches cast dancing shadows against the night, the villagers gathered around the altar, a tapestry of offerings laid out in reverence to Freya and Frey. Air hummed with anticipation and an undercurrent of fear, for this was no ordinary evening. It was the night of Sigrblót, a sacred ceremony demanding not just devotion, but true sacrifice. Eirik stood before them, his voice steady as he began to invoke blessings from Odin. He called upon the names of past heroes, those who had fought valiantly and fallen with honor, each name resonating within the hearts of warriors assembled. His words wove through the crowd. Images of bravery ignited a flame of courage that flickered defiantly against the gathering storm. They could almost hear swords clashing and feel shields pressed tightly against their bodies. Astrid moved among them like a whispering breeze, her presence magnetic as she sensed shifts in energy swirling above. Keen intuition warned her dark clouds loomed ominously overhead, weaving threads of tension into a tapestry filled with hope and dread. He glanced upwards, feeling a chill wrap around her heart as she interpreted this omen. Was it a harbinger of despair or a call to arms? Each villager felt both fear and exhilaration pulsing through them. They were teetering on the edge between fates and predictable whims. Amidst this charged atmosphere, Bjorn stepped forward resolutely. His heart raced as he approached the altar laden with gifts, the ripe fruits glimmering under torchlight, and crafted weapons shimmering like stars in darkness, all symbols meant to please deities watching closely from realms unseen. He placed his offering before Freya, a finely wrought dagger etched with runes representing protection for his kin. Its solemnity deepening further still, he closed his eyes tight while envisioning every breath taken by those he loved, their laughter echoing softly within him like distant music guiding souls toward Valhalla, should they fall in battle. That moment, infused with devotion amidst uncertainty surrounding him, now transformed into resolve powerful enough to withstand any foe, it anchored him firmly where he stood. Ritual reached its zenith as Eirik's voice rose above whispers shared among villagers in fervent prayers, combined seamlessly alongside Astrid's chants, soaring across fields shrouded by misty morning light, soon warming beneath dawns. Brace waiting silently just beyond horizon, yet unseen still at present time, yet deeply awaited collectively, amongst all standing there transfixed together forevermore. Then came that unmistakable moment, when lightning struck nearby, the sky lit up with fierce energy, illuminating faces aglow with wonderment. Gasps escaped, lips parted wide open, revealing awe, painted vividly across each expression held. Tightly within boundaries, drawn delicately between earthly existence, mingling harmoniously alongside divine intervention, manifesting gently, reverberating through very veins, a live coursing thrill. Amid these electrifying flashes piercing, arcane skies, filled abundantly, overflowing joy hung briefly suspended, until finally descending upon them like soft feathers, falling gently, embracing warmth, offered freely forth by benevolent spirits, beckoning now closer than ever before. Promising connection, forged a new intertwining purpose, driving each soul, united boldly, claiming their rightful place amongst ancient tales told steadfastly throughout generations, gone past swiftly, yet immortalized, enduring timelessness. Nestled securely beneath layers woven intricately throughout history, that bond unbroken eternally, even when faced, resolutely standing against inevitable hardships, awaiting what lay ahead, next challenges, looming vast over valleys stretching. Endlessly onward, calling forth destiny, entwined, somehow interwoven, tightly shaping future, unwritten yearning realization, birthed into existence, destined, inevitably rising up strong, fortified, unyieldingly, beneath watchful gaze extended. Graciously from divinity, itself resonating deeply felt by every heartbeat thumping wild, rhythmically propelling them forward ready brave hearts, beating loudly roused, awakened, stirred, seeking answers, revealed, discovered along paths carved. Distinctly traced bold trails, forged stronger than steel, layered, thickened bonds, crafting unity unbreakable title. Sigrblót, Viking Sacrifice, as the frost melted and the sense of spring filled the air. Eirik rallied his village for the preparations of Sigrblót. His call echoed through their hearts, urging everyone to gather offerings worthy of their gods. This was not merely a ceremony, it was a plea for favor in the battles that lay ahead. Eirik stood resolute at the center of the longhouse, where wooden beams adorned with shields bore witness to countless tales of valor. His voice rang clear as he spoke about honoring Odin, Freya, and Frey gods who wielded power over fate, love, and prosperity. Each villager listened intently as he called upon their collective strength to offer gifts from their hearts. Bjorn watched closely while fellow warriors moved with fervor. Conflict between pride and doubt stirred within him. Would his offerings be enough? Did he embody the worthiness required for such divine blessings, as livestock awaited sacrifice and fruits were laid out on woven mats? Bjorn's heart raced with anticipation, yet trembled under a weight heavier than iron. Astrid sensed her brother's turmoil and began her sacred rite to cleanse both space and spirit. Barefoot upon cool earth, she brushed her fingers against blades of grass, while whispering ancient words imbued with intention. Birds chirped overhead in response, as leaves quivered gently around her. The air shifted as Astrid interpreted omens. Clusters of wildflowers sprouting bravely amidst lingering snow foretold a favorable outcome if they honored Freya's nurturing spirit by offering crafted adornments alongside traditional sacrifices. Her insights flowed like water from a spring revealing which gods favored specific gifts. Bjorn wrestled with self-doubt beneath layers unseen by others. Sigrun's ethereal presence enveloped him in warmth. He whispered softly through visions that danced before his eyes, a glorious battlefield bathed in golden light, where victories were won not just by might, but through bravery fueled by purpose and kinship. With resolve igniting deep inside him like embers awaiting wind's embrace, Bjorn joined others gathering around altars, readied for offerings, a place where hearts merged into one singular hope, cast high into the heavens above an invitation sent forth on wings, woven from dreams ignited anew during the sacred season leading up to Sigrblót. Together they worked tirelessly under Astrid's guidance, their laughter mingling harmoniously amidst fervent prayers, offered silently to deities watching over them from realms unseen. Twilight descended upon their village, cloaked in hues reminiscent of freshly spilled wine poured onto fertile soil. Below all sensed that tomorrow would awaken a bond renewed between mortals yearning for favor from those who wielded eternal powers. Dawn, as golden rays broke over gathered villagers, anticipation enveloped them once more. Eirik stood at the forefront, commanding and resolute, as he prepared to lead the final rituals of Sigrblót. The offerings lay before him, a bounty lovingly crafted and carefully arranged. Fresh fruits glistened like jewels beside elegantly forged weapons. Livestock awaited their fate with serene acceptance. Atmosphere filled with gentle energy as Astrid began her chants, her voice rising and falling like waves lapping against shorelines. Each word weaved through the air toward the deities above, inviting them to descend upon this sacred gathering. The villagers joined in harmony, creating a tapestry of prayer echoing across the field. Then came lightning cleaving through the sky, an awe-inspiring sign resonating deep within every heart present. Struck nearby with a crack that vibrated through bones and soil, like a reminder that divine powers were indeed listening closely. Asps erupted among the crowd as they turned their gaze upward, eyes wide in wonder and trepidation. Among them stood Bjorn at that instant. He felt something shift within him. Out began to lift as he witnessed ethereal manifestations dancing above the glow of Freya's spirit shimmering amidst radiant lights, cast upon fields now sanctified by sacrifice and devotion. Old tales sprang to life around them. Heroes from legends walked among mortals once more. Invigorated by this celestial interaction, Bjorn's spirit soared alongside flickering lights, illuminating shadows around him. He understood then that true strength resided not only within muscle or weaponry, but also blossomed from unity, the kinship shared among warriors bound by common purpose against looming adversity. Eirik raised his arms toward the heavens in supplication, while Astrid continued her incantations, a fervent plea for blessings cascading down like gentle rain upon parched earth yearning for nourishment. This mystical moment, where realms converged, hope ignited within each villager's heart, a flame fueled by faith woven tightly into fabric, connecting them all together. Bjorn stepped forward during this electrifying scene. It was time for his personal offering, a symbol carved from wood representing not just himself, but every warrior ready for battle on behalf of family and village alike. He placed it reverently upon the altar, surrounded by flowers vibrant against muted browns, left behind by winter's aftermath. A collective breath held tightly released when another flash of lightning illuminated them all once more, an affirmation that they were seen amid swirling energies, seeking balance between worlds entwined forevermore through sacrifices. Aid willingly at Sigrblót's heart. With newfound resolve coursing through his veins, Bjorn vowed silently yet powerfully. He would embody valor beyond mere battle, prowess, honor rooted deeply within ties binding bloodlines across ages, echoing throughout history, forged under watchful eyes, belonging both mortal and divine alike. Victory loomed ahead, not simply defeating adversaries, but triumph over doubt itself, over fears whispering darkly beneath layers, worn bravely outside. As villagers united resolutely under one banner, eager hearts beat like drums announcing readiness not just for war, but indeed honoring bonds strengthened, greatly forged, stronger than any steel could ever encapsulate fully alone. With spirits soaring high above mortal concerns, tangled up amongst earthly matters, the people embraced destiny awaiting them. Eagerly beyond horizons, carrying whispers full of promise intertwined forevermore, with legacies written boldly etched across landscapes, bearing witness eternally even unto ages yet unwritten.